Hi guys, I wanted to complete a few examples with you to help you get started on today's assignment. So we are on page 130, 6.1 practice from your record and practice journal, and we're going to go over a few together right now just to set you up and make sure you are on track to do well. All right, so first of all, the directions on the first four say write a positive or negative integer that represents the situation. You should have already completed your ed puzzle from yesterday. If you have not, you need to please do that right now before you get started on this assignment so you can understand what we're talking about. But from yesterday, you should remember that an integer is a positive or negative whole number. So we are going to create values that represent each situation here and identify keywords. So this first one says you gain 60 points in a board game. So we think, does gain represent a positive or a negative integer? It represents a positive. So in this case, that's positive 60. All right, you should be able to model that same process for the next couple words. Make sure you identify the key words. So for example, the temperature is 9 degrees below zero. Below would be the keyword there. The stock market drops 18 points. That would be the keyword there. Underline your number values. And you earn $125 at your job. So you guys take a look at those keywords and then identify an integer based on those. All right, so I want to do an example for you on the next ones as well. So these ones say graph the integer and its opposite. So opposite, you should understand from our notes that an opposite is just the same value but with an opposite sign. So when we're talking about 9, negative 9, the opposite would be 9. So here, you just have to make sure you're creating a scale that's even. What I would recommend is just put 0 in the center and skip 2 and put your positive value 2 to the right and your negative value 2 to the left. So in this case, it would be scaled evenly, and I just plot a dot on both of those points. So 9 and negative 9. In the Google form part of this, it's not going to ask you to graph. It's just going to ask you to identify the opposite of the number. So you're just going to type that answer in. And remember, of course, as always, you'll need to upload a picture of your work. All right, so you're following that same process. I'll go ahead and do one more example for you, actually. So negative 20, or I'll just do this next one, actually, 5. So the opposite of that would be negative 5. So I'm just going to put 0 in the center. And remember, your positive values will always be to the right. So I'm going to put 5 right here and negative 5 right here and just plot a point on them. And it's really as simple as that. So follow that same process. And then that last question says you hike 72 feet up a mountain. The next day you hike 12 feet down a mountain. Write an integer to represent each situation. So you'll have 2 integers at that point. So in the Google form, just put a comma in between both of them. And once you are all done with this assignment on paper, you will go ahead and fill out that Google form with your answers and then and a picture, and you'll be all set and done for the day. Remember, if you finish early, you may work on either missing assignments, or if you don't have any, you may take a brain break or start working on other async work from other classes. All right. Remember, I'm in the live if you need